Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. This isn't actually the first episode of a podcast we've done, but the rest of the videos unfortunately got deleted. This is the first one's coming to YouTube, so I really hope you can kick back and enjoy.
So the first topic is where have we been? Um, we've been doing exactly the same thing we were normally doing, except I just didn't stream at all.
Yeah.
Um, it got hard. Yeah, it got hard over winter break to stream just because I didn't have anything set up. Also, my computer just didn't work great. Got a new computer. Everything's looking up for the channel. Don't even worry about it. Um, we Big Sexy changed his name. So now he's Big Sexy, so that's a big exciting thing. Do you think your name's up a little bit too high? I can move it down a little bit for you.
Yeah, it's a little bit high. Certainly a bit high. Yeah, the whole big sexy thing is relatively recent. Came about, well, it really started growing into its own over the past month. You'll get a kick out of this, Jesse. I actually, my boss, famed social media man, well, I call him my boss, but I just work with him. Fucking Swaggy P. One of my friends asked for a hat with his signature on it, but
Oh
he
yeah,
also asked. He also asked for this.
Big Sexy signature.
Yeah,
That's
big
really
sexy
funny.
signature, baby. Yeah,
Yeah. Wait. So give us the story on how Big Sexy became a thing.
I know it now because I asked in the camp because I had no idea, and I asked the other owner, Tori Mitchell, where the big sexy name came from. He said that he devised it one day when he was just watching me play goal, and he was admiring how sexy of a man I was with the long hair and the beard and everything else going on. And I was a big dude. I was a little wider in those days. I've unwidened myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from sexy Condesti because it was just, they were calling me Condesti back then. And that kind of just devolved into big sexy. And of course, when you're in a summer camp, a hockey summer camp with 70 kids between the ages of 10 and 15, they're going to really latch on to big sexy and call you that nonstop. So
Oh yeah.
soon it was getting to the point where they were chanting the whole big sexy thing. And there's videos of this around. And it got to a point where after the first week, all the returning campers, when I introduced myself to the new kids and parents, uh, they started chanting sexy just over and over again. And I remember my first thought was just like, if I introduce myself as big sexy to these parents, they're going to pull their kids out of this camp because they're going to think that I'm some sort of like whack pedophile. So I Jesse, you've got a
Yeah.
thing
I
in the
know.
chat box.
He remembers me back from when I used to play Clash Royale. Yeah, I
Mm.
I that's what got me into streaming is I was like, you know, I enjoy playing Clash Royale, might as well play it on stream. So I did, and then um I don't know how much Clash you play, but it literally just dude, everyone's coming back in, but it literally when you play it, it just grinds you down. And yeah, I had to stop streaming that for a while. I could bring that back though.
Mm.
Um but yeah, I saw someone yesterday doing the exclamation point followage. What does that mean? Like, does that show like how many people are following? Yeah, my first stream was Fortnite. That is true. I
Dude, Laser Hunter is a committed fan.
dude,
Oh
he
my.
remembers. But yeah, no, haven't. But my goal this year, I'm bringing the stream back. It's gonna be higher quality. Um, Oh, that's how you see when you started following. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Maybe I could use that on other people's channels. But yeah, no, I want to really. This is the making promises I probably won't keep section, but I can go into
Well,
that
so we're
right now.
skipping right to the end.
I
Good.
can skip right to that right now. Um, but yeah, no, I have big hopes for this year because in college I basically I studied and got really ahead, I guess. Um, yeah, I know. I want to figure out how to use. I have a bunch of stuff. So I have a whole plan. I have a lot. I don't have as big of a class load this semester and next semester, so I really want to make it a priority to one stream, but also I want to make a Twitter that links to it, maybe an Instagram, a
A
TikTok,
Discord channel, even.
a TikTok maybe. The Discord is like almost ready to go. I just need to figure out how to link that. Um, Figure out how to use the bots, and I'm just gonna plan it out and basically do it because I worked all summer at a job, so I'm gonna basically plan it out like I'm working and just do like accomplish one thing a day. I also have figured out how to clip stuff on stream, so I streamed the last couple days. I played some Fortnite yesterday. The day before, I played this game called Cult of the Lamb, which I really like, which I think I'll continue playing. I'm gonna try to have a better schedule. And yeah, I figured out how to clip stuff, and I think I'll be able to insert those clips into what are they called? Into Instagram videos and Twitter videos and all that stuff. I think will go really well. Um, but yeah, those are the promises that I'm gonna put out. I think I might try to stream 3 days a week plus one time on the week plus the podcast on the weekends. The podcast is gonna be earlier, but we had some other issues. But
Yeah, some
hopefully,
logistical stuff for today.
hopefully it will go well. I have a couple different ideas for stuff I want to stream. Everyone when I played Clash Royale said I was they were like, "Wow, you're very calm when you play. You don't get upset." So I was thinking of one I'd have three different streaming things I'd stream during the week. And one of my ideas was I would play extremely hard rage-inducing games, but I would try to have a very calm voice the entire time while I was doing it and not get upset at all and just really just provide some good ASMR and a really good environment for people. And I thought that could be a unique thing that not a lot of people really do. A lot of people just get really upset at the games, and to provide that nice calming atmosphere. But I thought it'd be fun to integrate that with very stressful hard games. I think the first game I might play is Super Meat Boy because that's one of my favorite games, and it's very hard and difficult. But we'll see how that all works. I'm trying to get it done. I do have. I mean, I'm a senior in going into being a senior in college for engineering. I'm applying to jobs. I do have a lot of other stuff going on, but I'm trying to make. I think once I get it set up, it will be a lot easier.
Mm.
And it's just me. Sometimes Jake helps out, but it's mainly just me doing it.
Yeah.
But those are my promises.
I should throw some animations onto the podcast thing.
Yeah.
That
Also,
would be a fun thing.
yeah, if you wanted to do that. Also, I don't know how musically inclined you still are, but if you want to make an opening song, even it could be like a 10-second thing, I would play it, dude. Also,
Mm.
I got a new TV. You can't really see it how we're set up right now, but I definitely could put some stuff on in the background. That'd be exciting. But those are my plans. Hopefully you all enjoy them. And that's that's kind of what the next year's looking like. What's the next year looking like for you? For you, Jake. I know it got
Well,
all messed up and twisted around recently, but it's pretty exciting.
yeah, I've got some exciting stuff going on. Recently, I was probably a month ago, I was thinking that I was just going to be going back to regular college, and I've been trying to pursue this hockey thing and just play NCAA hockey. And I didn't really have a great chance at the school I was coming back to. I finished up the Elevato 2 camp. I had a couple of counselors tell me that I should just try my luck and start emailing schools. And I sent 10 to 12 out to different schools, kind of like varying in level and conference. And I got one email back from the University of Southern Maine that said they're interested. They only had 2 goalies for this year. So I reached out back to them, and I'm transferring over there now, and I'm in the process of like still kind of figuring everything out. Like I still don't know where I'm living, and I'm showing up on campus in a week. So we're like, it was really last minute, but it looks like I'm going to be pretty involved with hockey for this coming year, which is miraculous to say the least, considering the last, I don't know, 2 years that I've been more or less away from the game. And as my boss owner basically put it, I was a rent a goalie for about a year and a half. So to get a chance to play competitively again, that's really what I'm looking
Yeah.
to do. As far as availability, I have no idea if I'm going to be more available or not. Jesse's kind of hit the sweet spot on that. Being a senior, I'm a sophomore, so
Yeah, so that's gonna
I
be
will
tough.
probably, yeah, I will probably have a lot of classes. I'll try to not kill myself and just space it out over the next 3 years. Hopefully, I don't know. Business stuff doesn't seem to be too tumultuous or major.
hmm
That's what I'm doing. So, yeah, it'll probably be fun. But
Yeah. So the also like a lot of seniors I know, like they got mad stuff because they're trying to graduate this year and not like mess it up. It's just I basically freshman year they give you a big sheet of all your classes you gotta take and you gotta look at all of them and it's like okay and they have it especially for at like a bigger school like mine with engineering and stuff they really plan it out and so I was like okay I see how this is working I could and so basically I took like some especially during COVID, everyone else hated COVID. I loved COVID. I had a great time during COVID. Everyone like hated on it, but I was loving COVID because I just went home. I took 21 credits, which is for people that don't know, that's a lot of credits to take in one semester. The max Virginia Tech, which my college lets you take, is 19.
no,
I took credits from there and from another school at the same time that I was able to like combine them in. Um, so I was like, I was just going hard, and I mean, I had nothing else to do. I was at home. I mean, the classes are easier when you're taking them online. Especially this was the first semester everything was online, so I was really putting in work that semester, and
yeah, you were just ripping through.
I was
Jeez.
just ripping through. And now I'm reaping the rewards because I've got 12 credits is what they consider a full time student. This semester I have 11, and next semester I have 8. So
Jesus.
I know I'm very excited about my 8. Um, but I've talked to some at work and stuff, and I could end up starting working next semester for like part time. I'm not really sure, but yeah, you do have to put in the work, but you get that reward if you do it.
Hmm. Yeah, I took like 10 classes over last year, so that was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many credits worth that was. But I grinded pretty hard. Online school, you can just grind through
Oh
anything
yeah.
because everyone, I hate online school, but god damn, if it isn't so easy, if it is not just the easiest thing to grind through compared to like in-person classes,
Oh yeah.
because it's just
And
like,
in person tests are way harder.
yeah,
What
you
way
can
more
just
tough.
cheat. You can
Yeah.
literally just cheat on online tests. You're like, it's open book. You can just. It's like, what are we going to do to stop you? Oh, yeah, you can't open up your browser windows. It's like, if I can use my phone or my other electronic devices, I could just take my computer out of my room and go to somebody who knows
Yeah.
what they're doing. It's just so easy.
No.
I think
Yeah.
I had one class I struggled with, and it was because I needed to be perfect at business writing. And I had never done it before, and it sucked.
Mhm.
And that was basically it.
I know. So I kind of partially put the blame on them because they're like, people are giving out the test answers all online. Well, the test answers online because you haven't made a new test. Like literally, you look stuff up. not like the test, but you look up like a homework question, and it would be on Yahoo Answers from 2001, like 1998 was when it was asked. Like, come on. And of course, all of this is all a parody. We're not actually saying that we would do any cheating or condone any of that. This is a pre-scripted podcast with where it's all acting, and it's meant to just show different things about the school system. So this would never insinuate any of we would never we're totally different characters than this would make us seem.
Yeah,
Isn't that
we would never insinuate the possibility of lying or cheating on online schooling at all,
Yeah.
ever.
Of course.
Over there.
Um
Amen to that.
But the what else do we have on the thing? Where have we been? Other fun stuff. I went on a big road trip, which was cool. Maybe I'll talk about that next part, because I'm thinking, Jake, I can hook up my phone, and I can switch to a different view where I can just show pictures and stuff.
Might be good.
So I'm thinking I could do that. Also, I'm thinking I can make another view where we can bring in guests. Now that my computer can actually handle doing multiple things at a time, it is excellent. Because
That'd be pretty sick.
Normally, even when I'm just doing this, my computer is like going crazy. But let me check out how much CPU I'm using right now. I'm at 20. Yeah, 20. It looked like I was at I'm 23% ish. Where before I was at 99, burning up.
Let's see where I'm at right now. Just watching. I bet that it's not doing great right now. Where's my activity monitor? Let's see how the Macintosh is doing compared to your computer. Where's my CPU at? Oh, she's doing pretty good right now, I gotta say. I think it's at like 90, like it's at like 4%.
Okay.
Maybe. It's not telling me.
I think this computer just optimizes it better too. Streamlabs is using a decent amount of my memory, but besides that, it's like looking great. Because I'm streaming, I'm screen capturing you from Discord, I'm videoing myself, and I have like Chrome open and stuff, and it like isn't even having issues versus before. You guys have no idea how like I was real. Like if I messed anything up, it could crash the whole thing. And like when I would drag stuff across the screen, it'd be like it would like barely make it. It was so bad. But no, it's going better now. Yeah, any other events over the summer you want to talk about, Jake, or should we go directly to
this might have been the most eventful summer ever for me. It's definitely up there, because the past 2 years the summer has been sit around and occasionally have people over to my house every once in a while, but I really didn't leave the state much. I think the one time we left was to do a visit of my college that I am actually never going to live on because I transferred out of there. So no, I've just been really active this summer. I've been to Cape Cod 3 times over the past 6-7 months. I've gone every month has just been like a new little
new
adventure thing we'll have. Yeah. As white girl as that sounds, I've been going on like a new little adventure every month where it'll be like I think back in March I went down to Manchester to visit a friend. Then in April I went down to visit 2 friends, watched a game, went down to I'm getting the dates wrong. I think it was February that I went down to Manchester. Then April, I went down to Mansion Cape Cod. Then I went to LA to do a game during like an intermission for Elevato 2. I did a little show for them that they did during a Kings game, which was awesome. And then the next month, I went out to Wyoming for a couple weeks to visit an old friend. Then God, I think I visited Cape Cod again in June, and in July I helped run this big overnight hockey camp for a couple weeks in Norwich, Vermont, and then I went back to the Cape about a week ago to visit that friend again. So it's been a very. I've done a lot, which is great. I've gotten to go outside probably more than the last 2 to 3 summers combined.
There
So
you go. No,
yeah, I've been sending it.
you were busy. I was busy too. I was traveling. I mean, so at the end of the summer, I had a 4-week stretch where I was at home for so I went somewhere. Oh, an ad's about to run. That's exciting for people. I think the ad runs, but then we're also there in a small corner, so I think that should be fine.
I hope. We'll see. That would be really intrusive.
Dude, we'll talk about the ads in just a second. But I went on a work trip for a week, and then instead of flying home, I flew to Atlanta to be with my girlfriend. And then I was there for a week and a half, and then I flew to another work trip for another week. Then I came home for, I guess, 2.5 days. I hung out with Jake during those 2.5 days, and then I drove 12 hours down to college. So I had quite a week there, and now I'm finally recovered from that. And that's another reason why streaming wasn't working out so well, because as you can see, I was a little bit preoccupied with a lot of stuff. But yeah, now I'm in one place. Should be in one place for next couple months. I'm on it. We're getting it. We're gonna nail it down. It's gonna be great. Oh yeah, about the ads.
Yeah, I hope. You better not be lacking. I'll call you out. I'll ping you on the Discord server.
I know. Dude, the Discord server, I just have to figure out how to have them shout it out to shout out how to make the bot shout out like a link. I need to just watch like 3 hours of how to use Twitch stuff videos.
Do you mean like what, for on Twitch to send out a link for the Discord
server? Well, because
server?
you can like link them, and there's a bunch of stuff, and I need to figure out also just how to use Twitch bots and stuff better. Because a lot of people try to use the bots and it just doesn't work, and they're like, "Well, that doesn't work. What are you doing, bro?" That was the same thing with with Clash Royale. They would like try to like get my friend code or whatever from the bot, and then I was just like, I don't know how to set that up. I'm really sorry.
We gotta find someone that's like better than streaming than everyone. You know?
I don't know anyone like that. Like I feel like
me neither. See,
I feel like
that's a problem.
My stream is the most professional out of everyone I know. Is the issue. And it sucks.
You have to find. There's got to be someone in Virginia Tech who's like maybe he pulls like 200, 100 people per stream, and you just gotta talk with him.
Dude, you know if it's like to pull 200 people per stream? Do you know how big those people are? They'll have like 87,000 followers on Twitch, which is huge.
There's got to be one in Virginia Tech. Speaking statistically, I don't care if you like does toothpaste ASMR. You gotta like at least try. You know?
He's like,
all he does is just film himself walking around campus yelling racial slurs at people, and people love it. That'd be I mean, that's terrible, but I could see that happening.
Perfect. There we go. That was a good 30-second clip that I was able to grab.
Pizza's ready if you want some.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jake, you can eat your pizza while we do it. It doesn't really matter. We're already at. Dude, have you ever seen the Super Mega Cast?
What? No, rarely.
Dude, they eat wet peanuts on the stream.
Wet peanuts? What does that mean?
Like they eat boiled wet peanuts.
Why?
I don't know. People aren't super happy about it though, but I don't think people will care.
Just like how they're not happy that they spent a whole 25-minute segment talking about Roe v. Wade.
Dude, I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, they have some issues.
They really like talking about the
They get
really like
they
talking about the
they get
modern
really
day
worked up.
politics.
But dude, I just need poopy butthole jokes. That's all I need from them. But sometimes I
You
get
just
a
need to hear that Dale Watson's okay.
I know. But yeah, but about moving to gym. Uh well, I guess I had been grinding in the gym since like winter time and until the middle of like I guess till the summer I grinded and I got my lifting up quite a bit, and then I during the summer I kind of took a lot of breaks, but now I'm back on it. We're getting back into it. Um I don't know how much people know about lifting, but yeah, I dropped to 170, now I'm back up to 185, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you're just looking pretty big the last time I saw him. Just like a homunculoid. So I was pretty impressed. I don't look like a homunculoid now or anymore.
Are you looking just
I was
Yeah, me and we had like opposite paths in life, or in our
yeah.
gym life at least.
I've lost almost. God. Oh, there's the thing. Oh, there I am in the tiny window. I see
Yeah,
it now.
I'm seeing the ad on on my other monitor too.
Yeah.
It looks good.
But the for me, I think since the last podcast, I wish we had VODs because like the last podcast, I was probably 35 to 40 pounds heavier than I am right now because I didn't start losing weight until like November, I think. So that was right when we stopped. Is right when I started losing weight.
Dude, right when you were at your most massive, you were
Yeah,
just
when I was at the greatest mass. Yeah.
dude, the the there's a place there's an apartment that's opening up down the road from me, and I was like, oh man, this apartment's so ugly. And then one of the people just had a giant flag in their window of Kyriakos Grizzly, which I'll
What is
put up.
that? Like dip?
No, he's a man.
Oh. Okay. He's a
Let me
man.
let me show you. Um, he's a Greek man. Uh,
Ooh.
and he looks like this. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I have to wait a bit. I have to wait a bit too because I can't
Oh
see
yeah,
on the.
cause you're on that. I'll
Oh, it's
show.
that guy. It's the guy who got like a muscle cramp out of nowhere and started screaming like a little baby man.
Um, but they just had a massive flag of like this, and it was so funny.
Based as hell. I cannot wait to see this in 5 seconds.
Dude, I was trying to do it with Jake yesterday
You
too.
have.
But yeah, they had a giant flag of that. That was pretty funny.
Yesterday, the fitness grind has been so good. Yesterday, I was scrolling through Instagram at 1:50 at night, as you do, and I saw a post that's like, "Get out of bed, soldier, drop and give me 30." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then just, I hadn't done like consecutive push-ups in a while. I bet you can do more than me because you have like the fucking inflatable muscle arms now in mass. I was able to crank out like 24 consecutively, and I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty good
That's not like,
push-ups because a thing we had to do for the hockey team for Spalding is you wanted everyone to be able to do, I think it was 50 in a minute.
mm,
Um, so and you can do like 2 a second without it being too hard. So I got in high school I got pretty good at cranking them out. Now I can lift heavier, but I don't think I've got quite the same endurance in that way. But I bet I could if I really was pushing myself. I bet I could do quite a few.
another thing that I discovered was my dad really likes doing pull-ups now. And yesterday he's like, come down, let's do some pull-ups. And I was like, what? I hadn't done pull-ups in
Pull-ups
over
are
a year.
hard.
I know, but his method of pull-ups is like easy pull-ups. So
Oh, like
he goes from the ground and then pulls himself up, then lowers himself to the ground and then pulls himself up.
the
It's not like
hanging
yeah,
ones
it
are
doesn't do
harder.
hanging pull-ups. Hanging ones are way harder. I was able to bust out like 6 or 7 of the little baby ones,
Mm-hmm.
and like 2 to 3 of the hanging ones.
Yeah,
Hanging, like I used to suck. I used to not be able to do one
Yeah, people
like when
don't
I was at
understand.
critical
Yeah,
mass.
people don't understand. Pull-ups are hard to do. Like people who
Yeah.
don't do pull-ups, like they don't like pull-ups are not easy, especially when you do them in a workout where you're like, all right, today I want to do 50 pull-ups. I can do 10 in a row. It's not terrible. But then when you're
Yeah.
on like I'll be like I want to do 50 pull-ups throughout this whole workout. But then once you get to like 25, you're doing like 3 and it's so unbelievably hard to do them. But yeah, people just don't understand that. And so yeah, if you're watching, go try. I don't know if you've got. It'd be kind of hard to do pull-ups, but next time you're around a pull-up bar or something, try to crank out like 25. You can take breaks, but just try to do 25 in total. They're not easy.
Have you ever did you ever try to did I ever tell you about what we did in CBU for our gym fitness when I was a sophomore? We went to this weird cross training place and they had this jungle gym-esque pull-up area. And it was like monkey bars, but there'd be inclines and declines. And it was so fucking hard.
I bet that was
It
hard.
took
Yeah,
me yeah, because like the first one, you basically
like
have to
American
like
Ninja Warrior
with
shit.
yeah, like with one arm you have to pull yourself up like this amount to get to the next one. Then like it's three, and then it's another big incline that you have to go up off of.
No,
And like I remember the best I could do was get past the second incline, but there's a whole other like straight, and then you went down, which was really weird, and then you finished.
yeah.
But it was
That,
so cool.
that sounds very similar to like rock climbing, where rock climbing is hardcore too. I've done some.
Mhm.
I don't know about rock climbing like when you're very tethered, but rock climbing when you're like bouldering. I've gone a couple times with my friends, and I mean, so they have it's all about technique. It's all about mass to strength ratio, and my mass to strength ratio is, well, I guess it's probably okay because I'm pretty strong. But like these
Mhm.
guys will be like okay strength, but just so light and long. And they have all these strategies on how to do it. And I have no strategy because I've only gone a couple times. I like don't even have my own shoes. I like use someone else's shoes and stuff. And I'll do it because I think you can bring a guest for free or for like $5 or something. And
Mhm.
so I'll go with them sometimes, and they'll be doing it all like with all these strategies, and I'll literally just be like holding on with just my two arms, just pulling myself up, just pure strength, like pure muscling through it. But I can't do nearly as hard, like, because there's different. Rock climbing is cool because they set up different paths you take that are depending on like, you follow the color that's on the rocks, and you like pick the different ones, and yeah, it's cool. Because you can go with a group of people and everyone can do different challenges to their level, and you can fail a couple times on one and then finally make it. But yeah, I think rock climbing is a good activity, but I feel like what you're talking about seems very similar, where you just burn
Yeah.
your arms out so bad on those.
It's a lot of fun. I got like some killer arm strength that year.
Hmm.
And then we didn't do that the next year because our coach was a lesser
A lesser
conditioning
man.
person. Yeah, absolutely a lesser man. He was certainly a lesser coach. That I can say for certain. But yeah, no, that was some unreal conditioning stuff. Should we
Yeah,
move on to movies?
yeah. We have
Because I'd love to talk about Nope. Because quite frankly, I don't talk enough about Nope. I'm always looking to talk more about Nope whenever I get the chance to.
yeah. Um, yeah. Let's move into movies now. I
Mm.
It appears that another ad break will now be run. But
But
pre-roll ads are disabled for 23 minutes. Are you getting your ad yet?
not quite.
Um,
I'm sure I will in like 3 or 4 seconds.
well, be
What kind
excited
of
for
a
that.
what kind of ad? Oh, this is some sort of a Pokemon thing.
Oh, I think all the ads are different because the one I have is like a car ad.
They're competing in London. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I saw something about like I got an email about that. I don't know why. I
No,
think
it's a
they're
Verizon thing.
uh,
Maybe they're just looking out for you.
Are you talking about the Pokemon one?
Yeah, I guess.
Because I got an email from Nintendo being like, Hey, we're late. There's something going on, and I didn't read it, and I sent it directly to spam. But yeah,
Hey.
they're like,
It's probably
hey.
because you own Pokemon games.
I know I own like one game, but like still.
Well, even so. Yeah, let's talk about No.
Yeah,
I've
no.
I've now seen it twice. Jesse,
Oh,
you've seen it once.
yeah, I've seen it once. I I liked it quite a bit. I rated it exactly. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars.
Mhm.
I actually rated it the same as Prey. I recommend you watch Prey. It was a really good experience. I did not expect it to be as good as it was, but nope. Yeah, it really diverts your expectations from what you're gonna think, because I think everyone knows it's about aliens,
Yeah,
but
more or less. I wasn't really sure. I had
it
only seen the
it
first trailer, and the first trailer was incredibly confusing.
yeah, I only saw the first trailer also, but it kind of like hinted that aliens might be a thing.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
the main thing, yeah, the big thing is subverting your expectations. Is one of my favorite. It's an interesting narrative twist, I would say, because you don't think that it impacts the movie a lot more than you think it does. And it's I don't know, it's also an incredibly interesting take on the twist that they make. It was a really refreshing, like, delve into, like, aliens in general. I've never really seen anything like what was described or what was shown on screen. And it reminded me of this one episode of Johnny Quest with the invisible monster, where it kind of just goes around and it goes and just feeds on whatever.
and then you
Not to
find out,
give anything away, but it's
the monster was you all along.
yes. In Johnny Quest, it's a bit different with how they go about it, but the main thing was it reminded me of that because in that episode, it was they're fighting a beast with just no with just primordial instincts at best, where it's just trying to survive and
Okay.
it's going around. You're not really sure why or how it's doing the things that it's doing, and it's just really I don't know. It was scary. It was just a scary thought. I haven't watched a movie in a while that really made me scary to like think about the implications of something in the movie as opposed to like, oh, that looked scary.
Yeah.
Whereas in Nope, it's like that is actually a really scary idea.
Yeah.
And that's kind of frightening to think
Mhm.
about outside of just the movie.
Yeah. Going into, I don't want to spoil too much in Nope. That's why I'm not trying to say it, but I can spoil
I might have
Prey.
given a little bit too much away.
I'm not. I'm trying not to. Yeah, I'm not trying to say too much because I think people would still have a very interesting time. Overall, I thought it was a very fun movie to watch. I had a good time. It was the first movie I've watched in a while that I enjoyed because I watched like Doctor Strange. That wasn't in theaters. I watched it on Disney Plus. That was one of the worst
Mm.
movies I've seen, and so that really put a damper. And I also watched a Harry Potter movie that was really bad. It was like the Special Beasts Dumbledore one. I don't remember it.
The third one in that weird series.
Yeah, it was bad. Don't I would recommend not watching that. Uh
Yeah, I don't think I will.
it didn't add anything to the plot of the whole like series in general. I thought there was gonna be like a trilogy. It was not. It's apparently gonna be maybe a 4 kind of movie thing. I'm not sure. But besides that, Prey, similar, kind of some similar things to Nope. It's set. I think it was a cool setting that they chose. It's set in 1917, I think, in the Northern Territories of Canada. It follows, I mean, so it's a predator movie. It's so a predator comes down, but it follows this one Native American tribe. I just say Native American because they're native to the North America. I don't know if they. I guess they'd be Native Canadians, but they're,
Mm.
and it's very, the whole concept is it's very unique because it's not like a high tech one where they're like trying to fight the aliens with all these tech. They're just like very primitive, and a lot of it's about like primitive hunting techniques and which animals hunt each other. And it's also very beautiful because they have a lot of great shots. The Predators also compared. There's some good comparisons to the because you see the Predator going and he doesn't hunt for means. He just hunts for sport and kills for sport. And in a similar way, you also see the main character and like her tribe. They are discovering some traces of white men coming for the first time, and they also hunt for sport. Like she comes to an area where it's very similar to how the predator, like he skins his prey and like takes their like head and like uses it as a trophy. The hunters killed this whole thing of buffalo and just like took their hides and left everything else. But yeah, 2/3 of the way through the movie, you actually finally meet the white men, and it's just these French guys, and I was like, oh, of course it's the fucking French just show up. The goddamn dirty French just show up. Yeah. But yeah, they just show up and they're just like, wee wee ho ho ho, and they don't speak the same language or anything, and it was an interesting, very interesting take. The Predator's weapons are also cool because it's a Predator that's not as developed in its society as in the newer Predator movies.
Original.
Yeah. So he has different, instead of having like a thing that shoots like lasers, it's a thing that shoots like these arrows, which is kind of interesting. So he was like slightly less developed. It's not a, I wouldn't say it's a super deep thinker, but it's just a beautiful movie with some good special effects, some good practical effects. And just a kind of, it's not like too over the top of an atmosphere. It's a good atmosphere. Obviously she ends up she's like, it kills a bunch of people and like a bunch of stuff happens, but she ends up like killing it at the end. I kind of wish the Predator, maybe it didn't kill her at the end, but it won and got away, because the Predators, I feel like, always lose. Which, yes, I know it's the point, like humans power, we win, but it would have been interesting to see like it escape, because really I don't think she should have been able to beat it. I guess in the you'd have to watch the movie.
They've subverted enough expectations with the setting.
Yeah, they did a great job with, they really, compared to the recent like movies similar to that, they like made it a lot more like just down to earth, kind of like a predator and prey kind of situation. They delved into the psyche of the predator a little bit more, because the predators, I don't know how much of those movies you've watched, but
I've seen a few.
They are young. They're basically teenagers, and they come to Earth to hunt to become men. So it showed some of his like, they're not super mature, and at this point it's like supposedly one of the first times they're visiting, and he's like figuring out like, okay, which is the you see him like watching and like killing prey predators higher and higher up the food chain. Like at first he kills a snake, then he kills a wolf, then he kills a bear, and he's figuring out like who actually is the highest up on the food chain, and then he like discovers basically humans are, and that's how they started hunting humans. But I like that. I do wish they were, there's parts where it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense, maybe he'd make that mistake, but there's parts where I wish he was a little bit smarter, because they make him really smart in some parts and really dumb at other parts. But overall, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a really entertaining, good movie. I did watch it in bed on my nice TV in like a really good environment, so maybe that's why. But
you can just rent it? Is it not can you watch
it
it in theaters?
It's in theaters, but it's on Hulu. And I don't have Hulu, but Whitley gave me his Hulu.
Nice.
So I just cast it from my phone to the TV. Yeah.
No, that was another thing about Nope. Is that it was shot really well.
Yeah,
compared to Get Out, I think that Nope was significantly better shot.
This movie had a lot of really picturesque scenes of nature and stuff.
Maybe it was doing like a Denis Villeneuve, or however you say his name, Did you ever see that one film that he did about Leonardo DiCaprio and he's out in like frontier
Yes,
times
it
and I
felt
can't remember
it
the name
felt
of
like
it.
that. The Revenant.
The Revenant.
It
Yeah.
felt it was it was reminiscent of that, where instead of a bear hunting, I liked
Well,
that.
it was only at the beginning that bear was killing
Yeah,
him.
I liked that. It's very much a like you're isolated, and yes, you have a couple people with you at times, but it's very much like you're isolated in the wilderness. There's something out there, you don't know what it is. It's very like it's very strong. She's trying to track it to kill it because she doesn't know what it is, and she wants to become like a larger part of the tribe by like they had some name for it, but it's basically you hunt something that's hunting you.
hmm
And normally they hunt like mountain lions or something like that, but she found this um like this big footprint and saw that it was wreaking havoc on like the area, so she was like, all right, this is what I want to hunt this. But it's
So I'm
yeah.
just going through the things right now, and it looks like kind of a newer director, Dan Trachtenberg, who is also the director for 10 Cloverfield Lane,
That's cool.
And that you know that one Portal short film that's like really awesome and really well produced. It's
Yeah.
about 7 minutes long. He did that.
he also did a Black Mirror episode, and that's
Okay.
basically all he's done.
I could
But he
understand.
has his own.
I could understand why it went like pretty decently then.
What I find more interesting is that he basically has this one DP that he always goes to, Jeff Cutter, and he's the same guy that worked on 10 Cloverfield Lane. I thought 10 Cloverfield Lane was well shot. I haven't watched it in a while, so I think I would need to give it another critical look over. But that was definitely the way you're describing it. It sounds like a massive departure from like
Oh, it was
the
totally different.
claustrophobic kind of indoors feel that 10 Cloverfield Lane gave to this more open and picturesque setting.
Yeah.
Which I would love to see more work by Mr. Dan Cutter, or Jeff Cutter rather, if not for the fact that he doesn't really do a lot of stuff. Apparently, he did the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which is not so
Oh,
critically acclaimed.
yeah. I want to watch. I only watched half of the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I want to watch the rest. It's because I was watching it with Leah, and she fell asleep halfway through, which she does.
Doesn't
Like,
she always? That
yeah,
happens a lot. It sounds like.
yeah, it happens all the time. Even when like even during movies, she loves. Because I told you how many times she watched Lego Batman. She kept falling asleep during it, even though she like absolutely like thinks it's so funny. But I think with her, you just have to watch movies in like the morning, I guess.
Or maybe like get her coffee and then
Yeah, I don't know.
movie.
But she just conks out. All right, I think we've gone over mainly everything. I do have to leave. I was trying to keep this one like just about an hour, and we're currently at 54 minutes. So I think we're hitting that pretty well. Do you have any final statements?
Hopefully next week we can come up with some more developed topics. But I think that we got pretty far with what we did talk about.
Yeah, and
Oh, I do want to say we should probably figure out something to put like around the area because the blackness is.
so there
I don't know.
I had something that would look like it kind of looked like an old TV screen, but not really. It like would flicker and stuff similar. You see how like the chat and stuff flickers a little bit? It was like that, but it was too hard for my old computer to handle, so I just have to track down wherever that is.
I might do some research and look around at some other podcast shows to see what they do, and then just give you some notes. But maybe just having like a more concrete direction too, because we talk about a lot of things.
Yeah,
That's probably a good thing.
yeah.
Just keep it light.
Now that
Just
my
nothing too specific.
now that my computer can handle more stuff, I feel more confident. Because now I can play music in the background and stuff too. If we end up deciding to do that, there's just a lot of stuff my computer can do now that I couldn't do before. But
I think today's topics were pretty good overall. I would say. Actually,
I like an hour length. I think an hour length is good. I would like to try to get a where we get more guest participation. I think that's why I'm trying to do the other forms of social media to get people interested in it, get people wanting to participate. But yeah,
that'll come in time.
yeah,
I'll try and help you out with that.
I got a couple good clips from yesterday, so I'm saving up clips so I can, because my goal, I think I'll try to post 1 clip a day on like those kind of things.
Oh yeah, you could do like a shorts thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, if you make one.
Yeah, I'll do it on YouTube. I would do it. I would post the same things on YouTube, Instagram, and blah blah blah. But yeah, just to get like, I think you just need that little bit of like interest to perk people, and then they might pull in for the long run.
Yeah, what are channel points, by the way?
Oh, why do you see that you can get channel? So I can put on. Have you been gaining channel points slowly?
I have 970 of them.
Okay, so basically that's for every like certain amount of time you watch versus also like every time you like click on. I think also if you follow you get like 500 of them or something. But you can engage your audience better by like putting up polls and bets. So like if you're playing like Warzone, for example, you can be like bet channel points on, like, you could have like over 24 kills under, or over 24.5 kills under 24.5 kills. And they
we should make some emotes too. That would be fun.
Yeah, do you want to make emotes for me? I don't know how to do that. See, that's what I mean.
I have a ton of Discord ones I could copy
Okay,
over.
there's a large amount of stuff I could do that requires a large amount of stuff I could do, but it requires me knowing about it and a decent amount of time being put into it.
I can look into it. I have a ton of them on. I've gotten to the point now where people just keep inviting me to these Discord servers, and the majority of them have some really interesting emotes. For every Discord server, there's at least 3 to 5 really good ones that are unique to that server. So I could just like throw in what I have, or we could come up with our own in Photoshop or something.
All right,
But yeah,
sounds good. Well, thank you everyone that tuned in. I was glad to see some people talking in the chat this time. Hopefully we can get longer retention next time. I think we gotta make it a little snappier. I think that's how we gotta do it. But we'll be coming back. We'll keep revamping it. And hopefully it goes well. Thank y'all for coming on, and hope you guys have a good night.